Welcome to the Pure Performance Café. May I take your order?
Yes, I would like a shot of Pure Performance, please.
Coming right up.
Welcome again to another Performance Café, Performance Clinic Café. Again here with Stefan Frandl. Hey.
Hi.
Still here, awesome. So we have another topic. The first one, we talked about development health monitors. But now we actually talk about something that I kind of stole from you a little bit already in my presentations. It's called smart test selection.
Yeah.
Can you fill me in?
Yeah, of course. So I think now everyone is facing the problem that there are a lot of tests out there and you don't have the time or even the resources to run them all at the same time. So meaning, you will have a problem with your build pipeline, you will have a problem with the time to deliver a fix because, of course, you have to run all the tests and, you don't have enough resources to do that. So you have to be smart on the test selection. And, there are multiple possibilities to do so. But one thing we are working on is that you really can have some kind of self-learning kind of database that you really can feed in your test results, meaning if there is a change and a specific test is breaking, then this will be recorded. And if it's always, for example, this same connection, then of course the system can learn if there is a change in that file, this test should be executed. So that's the major thing there. Because, you don't have in every, let's say in every bigger project, you don't have this direct connection between the test and the source code. So maybe you are even having different resources or different repositories and working with different components that have to play together. And as soon as there are multiple components, you will have the problem that if there is a change in the code, you can't really say, okay, of course that's affecting this and this and this component. So that's the big deal there.
So basically, if I draw the analogy to the Dynatrace products, it would be like a smartscape. We want to have a smartscape of all of your test executions and the components it involves, so you can figure out the dependencies. And in case you're changing something in a test or in a component, then you know what is the impact, what needs to be retested. So that's the whole idea, right? Smarter dependency detection.
Yeah, and of course you can then drastically, for example, reduce the number of tests you have to execute for a change. And maybe also you can detect which kind of tests you are not needing anymore because, they are just not executed for the last year or something like that. Yeah. That's something you need to decide wisely, but could help. Yeah.
So, and also we talked about some concepts, like you said, you have tests that are constantly green, right?
Yeah.
You want to question what is the quality of a test that has been green for so long. And I think there's multiple strategies, right? Different rotation maybe, or taking them completely out.
Yeah, that could be also a solution. But I think there should be some kind of ranking in the background so that you can see, okay, this test has always just a broad success, so no failures detected. And then you can just question mark if this test is really, really helpful. And another thing is you will also see tests that are not really having assertions in, so are more or less useless because they will never fail, and so such things can be detected without any problems. And there are a lot of guys who are really creative on things like that.
So that's cool. So that means I like the ranking idea. So ranking would be, let's say, a scale from 1 to 10.
Something like that.
And you can say this is a 10 because this test in the last month has detected so many bugs and it's a great test, right? It's constantly detecting problems. But on the other side of the scale, it would be a test that is running all the time, no assertions, never finds any problem, is taking so much time, so it's less valuable.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the biggest problem because you have this real big bunch of tests. Often you have just things that are grown because over time they're just added, and no one is just reviewing the old tests because there's just no time for reviewing it or no need to do that because it's just running. And so you can of course use your CPU power for more more things that are making sense.
And I think when we discussed earlier, we said, right, there's only so many companies that have endless resources, even though we have the cloud, but only so many. So it's really, we have to be smart with test execution. With every build, we want to execute those tests that really give us value.
That's right. And for example, in our case, we have specific operating systems that are not really available in that big mass. So talking of AIX, for example, then you have to really, really be wise on executing the tests and selecting which tests to execute. Because testing things that you could test on Windows or Linux as well doesn't make any sense and just needs resources, which are not endless in this case.
Exactly, and also not cheap.
Yeah,
that's it. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks.